Hi all, this is Skate, and I want to talk about the new Matchmaker in Update 6.2. Now, some of you may not even be aware of this. On the 13th of August, on social media, Wargaming announced that they are improving the Matchmaker for World of Tanks Blitz. Interestingly enough, though, it wasn't in the in-game news. Or if it was, I've completely missed it. But I've gone back, I've checked, I cannot see it. I did find that slightly odd, but nonetheless, there is a new updated Matchmaker in Update 6.2, and we are 2 weeks into Update 6.2. And I see no difference whatsoever. I literally see no difference in the gameplay. I'm sounding quite critical there, but it will take some time. Let me just explain for anyone who is not aware. Basically, what they've done is any player who has extremely low efficiency in a series of games will then be thrown into, in quotations, a newbie matchmaker queue. Players in this queue then don't go into the normal matchmaker. They hit battle, they are then tallied up and paired up against other people with extremely low efficiencies in battle. Once they've improved, they come back into the normal matchmaker with the general masses. Now, the idea of this is not to give a skill-based matchmaker. I see personally all the time people writing, we need a skill-based matchmaker in World of Tanks Blitz. Come on! Right, put a 60% player against a 60% player, 24/7 in-game, and they will both eventually be 50% players. Put a 40% player against a 40% player, and they will both eventually be 50% players. That's logic. So with that in mind, everyone will eventually be 50%. And you're back to square one. In fact, you're in a worse situation, because everybody, if it was just a skill-based matchmaker, would be exactly the same. I know I sound like I'm ranting on that one a little bit, but I don't understand how some people cannot see that. You put two people who are exactly the same skill together, and they will averagely win half the time. It's the way it is. Now, that being said, I am well on board with the idea of them improving the matchmaker with these changes. They've basically said, obviously, extremely low efficiency. They've also said they will not divulge what extremely low efficiency is. However, those irritating blockers, those people who go into the game just to be irritating little turds, they will get tied up in it. Those people who go AFK on purpose, consistently, they will go into it. Now, none of these people who go into this newbie matchmaker will have any knowledge they are in it. It won't be an announcement or anything like that. You don't know when you're in it or you don't know when you're out of it. Although, the giveaway will probably be when your entire team is driving into the first rock, like bots. And I think that would be slightly amusing. Or when your entire team just decides to try and block each other, or 50% of it is AFK. I actually feel sorry for genuine players who are trying and will get caught up in that matchmaker. Because, oh my god, the carnage in that will be unreal. And can you imagine what the chat would be like? I mean, come on. We all know what the chat is like anyway. I mean, look, that charioteer, how in any way or shape or form is his death related to the team's fault? If he wants to stick out in front of a lurver, knowing full well that the lurver is aimed in on his position, waiting for him, it's his own damn fault. So why blame the team? But that's chat in normal matchmaker. Anyone who saw the Collar Banoff video the other day, wow, that chat was, well, brutal. / comedy gold at some points. The salt was in bucket loads. But this is the normal matchmaker. Can you imagine what it would be like in that other newbie matchmaker? It's going to be brutal. And I'm glad we don't get to experience it. And I am actually very happy that Wargaming are taking steps to try and improve these things. Basically, the idea is there's a lot of 7-0s occurring on servers. By removing the absolute weakest, intentionally obtuse, irritating people out of the matchmaker, In theory, there should be less of that, which means in theory there should be a little bit better gameplay. Couple of things worth clarifying on this as well. Oh yeah, now it is only being tested on the CIS and the EU live server. So all our NA and Asian friends, I'll let you know how the matchmaker is. But if it makes you feel any better, so far, no difference whatsoever. I'm still seeing just as many 7-0s occurring. Now again, I want to point out that I commend Wargaming on this one for trying to make an effort to make some form of improvement to it. And as I said, it's still early days. It's been about 2 weeks. So there could be more changes in it, or they could be more stringent. And it is a test. What's interesting though is extremely low efficiency. Nobody has actually divulged, and they're not going to divulge, what is deemed extremely low efficiency. And the reason I'm not going to divulge it is the concern that people will try and manipulate this to get into the matchmaker, to try and have some epic games. Now, my logic is, any player who has any self-respect, or any player who cares in any shape or form about trying to improve, wouldn't jeopardize or screw up an entire tank for, say, let's say hypothetically 100 battles, just to try and have one good game. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I'm saying 100 battles as a hypothetical. It could be a lot more. But no one's going to jump in a tank they like and go, ooh, I will completely fluff up the next 100 battles on purpose, so then I get into this matchmaker, and then I will play my heart out. I can't see it happening, because you're never going to recuperate, or it'll take you a long, long time to recuperate what you've lost from that stint. It just won't happen, and it's not going to balance properly. Kill 100 games, or kill 50 games, or even 200 maybe, for one good game. No one's going to do that. Sorry. No player who gives a damn about trying to play well will do that. If anyone does do that, well, let's be fair, guys, they're the sort of player which this is targeted at anyway. And that's the intent of this sort of scenario, is to push those people into this scenario. I hope as time progresses we will see a difference. But at the moment, none. The other thing I want to clarify, by the way, is I have no objection to high or low win rate players. All I care about is players who actually want to play. You got the morons, the AFKers, all those sorts. They deserve to be in this little matchmaker. They deserve to be, yeah, come play in the crash. And then the rest we can just enjoy. So I know there's a varied opinion on this, but for me, if there's someone with like 40% win rate, I don't care. I really don't. They deserve to play the game just like everyone else, and as long as they're trying, who gives a damn? And they'll get a lot of stick in the game, and in fact they probably have a harder life than someone with a better win rate, because they're trying and yet all they get is abuse. Now, to clarify that situation, some of them don't. Some of them just don't. Some players just don't try whatsoever and are quite happy to just suck on purpose. That's not all low win rate players though. Not all low win rate players suck on purpose. Some want to improve at the game, some don't give a damn, granted. Same with high win rate players though, some just don't give a damn. Personally though, I just don't see the point in giving people non-stop abuse. Ironically, as it happens, a lot of the people who are abusive are low win rate players who think they're it. They're the people actually as well who probably do deserve to be in here, because if you think you're chocolate, yet you cannot be bothered to try and resolve any issues, then yeah, you're never going to improve. You just think it's everyone else's fault. None of us are angels in that regard. We all get frustrated. But to chuck abuse, tell people to get cancer, die, all that stuff is just ridiculous. And it does really grip me. I mean, shut up. Just play the damn game. It's 3 minutes of your life. You lost the game or you died. Move on to the next one. Go out, click battle. End of story. I'm not going to rant any further on that one. But you get the gist of where I'm going with it. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same. And a lot of us do get frustrated. Turn the game off, go have a cup of tea, or whatever. Just chill for a few minutes. You're having a bad run, end of story. I do think in the long run this might make some good changes, not in terms of throwing tons of players out of the matchmaker, because that'll just make queue times go up, which will be even more irritating. I'm thinking more in regards to the AFKers on purpose, the people who intentionally try and screw up other people's games. If just those people are narrowed out to the matchmaker and are stuck with 5-minute matchmakers, I'm actually cool with that. They bloody deserve it. Players who are underperforming, trying to perform, in my eyes, they deserve to be in the matchmaker with the rest of us. But nonetheless, I'll probably do another video on this topic because I'm intrigued to see how it pans out. But thank you all for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.